Hello and welcome to the CPHQ Thunderdome. That's right, folks, we're talking about the Certified Professional in Healthcare Quality exam. Now, I know what you're thinking. Healthcare quality? That sounds about as thrilling as watching paint dry in a silent monastery. And you're not wrong. But for some inexplicable reason, you've decided to subject yourself to this exam. It's like voluntarily signing up for jury duty, except instead of deciding someone's fate, you're deciding the fate of, well, hospital hand sanitizer dispensers. But hey, at least it's a certification, right? So buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to embark on a hilarious, or at least mildly amusing, journey through the treacherous terrain of the CPHQ exam. All right, before we dive into the nitty-gritty of this exam, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say, the stethoscope in the waiting room. Who can actually take this thing? Do you need a degree from Harvard Medical School? A signed note from the Surgeon General? Well, the good news is the CPHQ exam is more welcoming than a free buffet at a medical conference. You see, unlike getting into medical school, which requires the intellectual prowess of Stephen Hawking and the social skills of a potted plant, the CPHQ exam has a surprisingly low bar for entry. Seriously, if you've ever spent more than 5 minutes in a hospital waiting room, you're practically overqualified. Have you ever wondered why the hospital cafeteria coffee tastes like it was brewed using recycled IV fluids, or why the hospital gowns seem specifically designed to expose your backside to an unsuspecting public? Well, my friend, those are the kinds of existential questions that qualify you to become a certified professional in healthcare quality. That's right, you don't need a fancy degree, years of experience, or even a basic understanding of human anatomy. If you've ever been in a meeting where someone uttered the phrase, "We need to improve quality," congratulations, you're in. You're basically a healthcare quality prodigy. So, whether you're a seasoned healthcare professional, a confused intern, or just someone who enjoys the smell of hand sanitizer a little too much, the CPHQ exam welcomes you with open arms. Well, maybe not open arms, more like a sterile gloved handshake. Now let's talk about the main event, the reason we're all here, the CPHQ exam itself. Imagine, if you will, a three-headed hydra, each head representing a different aspect of healthcare quality. One head spews fire in the form of complex statistical analysis, the second breathes ice in the form of mind-numbing regulations, and the third just stares at you with the cold, dead eyes of a hospital administrator who hasn't slept in 72 hours. That's the CPHQ exam, my friends, a truly terrifying beast. But fear not, because I'm here to give you the rundown on this monstrous exam, to arm you with the knowledge you need to slay this beast and emerge victorious, or at the very least to avoid getting completely eaten alive. First, let's talk numbers. The CPHQ exam is a grueling 3-hour marathon of 140 multiple-choice questions, 125 of which are actually scored. That's right, 15 of those questions are just there to mess with you, like those unsolvable puzzles they give you in escape rooms. Now, within those 125 scored questions, you'll encounter 3 main types: recall, application, and analysis. Think of them as the 3 levels of Dante's Inferno, each more torturous than the last. Recall questions are the easiest of the bunch, making up about 23% of the exam. They're the, "oh, I know this" questions, the ones that make you feel like a healthcare quality genius. Then there are the application questions, which make up a whopping 57% of the exam. These are the questions, the ones that require you to actually apply your knowledge, which, let's be honest, is a lot harder than it sounds. Chapter 3. Now let's talk about the meat of this beast, the 7 deadly domains of the CPHQ exam. These are the 7 areas of healthcare quality that the exam will test you on. The 7 circles of healthcare hell, if you will. First up, we have quality leadership, which sounds like a made-up job title for someone who hands out participation trophies at a healthcare conference. But don't be fooled, this domain, with its 19 questions, is all about the art of herding cats. Except those cats are actually highly educated medical professionals with a penchant for jargon and a deep-seated resistance to change. Next, we have performance improvement, which, with 27 questions, is the largest domain on the exam. This is where you'll learn how to fix broken things without a budget, a skill that's highly valued in healthcare and even more so in life. Then there's population health, a relatively small domain with only 11 questions. This one's all about preventing problems before they happen, which is great in theory, but in practice is about as easy as convincing people to eat their vegetables and exercise regularly. After that, we have health data analytics, the data-driven heart of healthcare quality. With 26 questions, this domain is all about numbers everywhere. You'll need to channel your inner statistician and learn to love spreadsheets, or at least tolerate them for the duration of the exam. Next up, we have patient safety, which with 18 questions is arguably the most important domain of all. This is where you'll learn how to keep people alive, preferably accident-free. Chapter 4. Now, you didn't think we'd send you into battle unarmed, did we? Of course not. That would be like sending a red shirt on an away mission with Captain Kirk. So, let's talk about the arsenal you'll need to conquer the CPHQ exam, the study resources that will be your trusty sidekicks in this epic battle against healthcare mediocrity. First and foremost, you've got your official guides, the holy grail of CPHQ exam prep. There's the NAHQ CPHQ prep, which is about as exciting to read as a phone book, but hey, it's full of valuable information. And then there's the CPHQ handbook, which is basically the Cliff's Notes version of the NAHQ CPHQ prep, perfect for those who prefer their information in smaller, more digestible chunks. But wait, there's more? Because no CPHQ warrior should go into battle without a few extra weapons in their arsenal. That's where these books for survival come in. You've got HQ Solutions by NAHQ, which is like the encyclopedia of healthcare quality, full of everything you ever wanted to know, and probably a few things you didn't. Then there's the Healthcare Quality Handbook by Janet A. Brown, which is like having a personal tutor in book form, guiding you through the treacherous terrain of healthcare quality with a gentle hand and a reassuring tone. And finally, there's Trivium's CPHQ Exam Prep Guide, which is like the Navy SEAL training manual of CPHQ exam prep, designed to whip you into shape and have you ready to tackle even the toughest exam questions. But if you're anything like me, you prefer your learning to be a little more interactive, a little less reading a book in a silent corner. That's where online courses come in, the cheat codes of CPHQ exam prep. You've got NAHQ online prep, which is like having a personal trainer for your brain, guiding you through the material with interactive exercises and quizzes. Then there's Quality Gurus, which is like the Netflix of healthcare quality, full of engaging videos and real-world examples. And finally, there's Udemy's CPHQ course, which is like the bargain bin of CPHQ exam prep, full of affordable courses that will teach you everything you need to know without breaking the bank. But of course, no amount of reading or watching videos can truly prepare you for the real thing. Chapter 5. So, you've studied the material, you've practiced the questions, you've basically become a walking, talking encyclopedia of healthcare quality. Now it's time for the final battle, the moment you've been waiting for, taking the CPHQ exam. Your quest ends at a Pearson VU testing center, which is basically the healthcare quality equivalent of the DMV, except instead of renewing your driver's license, you're proving your worthiness to be called a certified professional in healthcare quality. Or if you're feeling particularly brave or just enjoy being monitored by AI like you're living in a Black Mirror episode, you can take the exam from the comfort of your own home. But regardless of where you choose to do battle, the experience is pretty much the same. You'll sit down at a computer, take a deep breath, and prepare to face your destiny. The next 3 hours will be a blur of multiple-choice mayhem, a roller coaster of emotions as you navigate questions that range from easy peasy to what in the healthcare quality is this? You'll encounter questions that make you feel like a genius, questions that make you want to tear your hair out, and questions that make you question your sanity and possibly your life choices. Well, there you have it, folks. The CPHQ exam in all its terrifying glory. You've laughed, you've cried, you've probably considered a career change. But hey, at least you've learned a thing or two about healthcare quality, right? Pass or fail, you've gained knowledge more valuable than a perfectly balanced hospital budget, which is to say very valuable. If you fail, dust yourself off and try again. This exam is more stubborn than a hospital budget request, but when you pass, you'll earn the legendary title of Certified Healthcare Quality Warrior, CPHQ.